Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Elias and welcome back to Anti-Material Energy. In the last episode, we built this. So this is a pretty small mob farm. We built this last time. I haven't really done much with it. I've been on here for about past maybe half an hour. Just trying to figure out what to do, getting some more resources, specifically iron, because we're going to need a lot of that. And that is the loot we've gotten so far, so it's pretty good. Is there more things we could do to make it? Is there stuff we can do better? Yeah, of course there is. But for all intents and purposes, this is working pretty good. It's not that big of a deal. That has a lot of carbon and everything in it. But yeah, so it's pretty good. Just kind of letting it set and things spawn when they want to. And whatnot. So, today we are going to be working with calculator, and a little bit of applied energistics. I want to try to see if we can do something with that. But before we do, I want to show off something in the quest book. So last time, we completed the, whoops, wrong one. We completed the compressed egg charcoal, and that actually unlocked another quest, the red fruit charcoal. Now this stuff is expensive. It requires 3 of the apple and 3 of the egg, plus 3 charcoal. So that's something we're gonna have to deal with. Did we ever do anything with the charcoal stuff? We must have. I don't see it. So yeah, we have just 2 more to get, and that will unlock probably 2 more for the brown and the green. So that is kind of whatever it is. We'll deal with it later, but for right now, what I want to do is I want to take 16 of each of these, actually 18. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a bunch of conductive iron. Because we're going to need that for a lot of the calculator stuff. We'll get to that here soon though. So before we do, what I want to look at is, well, I want to look at getting into making singularities. With the matter condenser, just secret, it's more of a trash can. We can't really do much with all these seeds, and I'm getting a lot of them from farming, so might as well do something with them. Alternatively, we could also just throw things we don't want. Zombie flesh or arrows. Arrows are pretty useless. They can make fairy charms. They can do some aura cascade stuff, but for the most part, it's nitrogen, oxygen, and silicon. I have so much silicon. Because of how I get iron, and nitrogen actually comes better from theobromine, aka cocoa beans. So we're not going to worry about that stuff. And so we have no use for the seeds, we have no use for arrows, and we're going to have a lot of that kind of stuff. So might as well get some use out of it. So what we need to do is we need to make, and I'm not entirely sure what level, but we need to make a storage cell. No, storage component. One of these. So we have a couple ME. Oops, wrong one. So this thing is empty, so we can pop out the storage component, and we have 2 of those now. But if we can get a 3rd one, we can potentially make something really cool. We're gonna have to do some other things though. So I guess first things first. Do we have an inscriber set up? No, of course not. Why would we? So let's get 2 inscribers. You know what? Let's move this forward one so we can put stuff. Oops. So we can put stuff basically right here. Okay, so that taken care of. Let's go ahead and put the anti-block back. we can put another energy conduit like right here for right now. We can do something like this. These guys don't accept that, do they? No, we need this guy for that. Okay. So let's break this. Break these guys for right now. And we'll deal with that in a second. But let's get some inscribers set up. Let's actually just do one, because I think that'll be easier. Let's put them right here. Now these guys do take... Actually, let's use both. We'll have one that's permanently for... we don't need silicon right now. Never mind. So we're going to need, I think, just 2. Yes, just 2 printed silicon. We're going to need a piece of gold. We're going to need 4 redstone each. And we're also going to need some Certus quartz. We're going to need a good bit of Certus quartz. So, it doesn't have to be pure. Just, it doesn't have to be charged. Just normal Certus quartz, which we can get from aluminum phosphate. So, aluminum and... so, let's get... let's make a bit of this stuff. So, aluminum, let's take half a stack of that. Let's take 2 stacks of oxygen. And phosphate, we have 11. So, let's grind up half a stack of bones. And this will give us what we want. Now, while we're kind of waiting for things... let's do this. Device is offline. Okay, can we put them over here? No, right. They have to be placed a certain way. So let's put this here. If I place it like so, touching here, that works pretty well. Let's break this for a second, just so that these guys don't draw too much power. And let's put this water down, and we can make the seeds that we're going to need. So, we're going to need a little bit of sand. And let's see, let's go ahead and throw this stuff in here. So that's going to give us a bunch of phosphate. So we don't actually need, we just need half a stack of this. Aluminum phosphate. And then I think it was like this. Yeah, and then we'll just make... Oh, it's out of power. Why is that out of power? Okay, it's getting power, it's just kind of slow. So there's one more. I guess that does take 150,000 RF per. Which is honestly a little insane. So there's 8 of those. Now one of these we'll grind up. Let's actually do 2. And then we combine it with the sand. And then what we can do... Nope, not there. Plug this back in and throw those in the water. So these guys will speed up the growth of those guys. Now we could add more, but it's going to use more power. How much does that matter to me? What are these at? 4%. You know what? We can do 2 more. So let's grab 2 more cables. Doesn't matter what kind. Do this. And this. And we have 3 of these things, but just go ahead and throw those in there. Put a hole right here so they don't, like... Oh, it's not gonna matter. Too much but just so that the stuff doesn't go anywhere, throw those in there, and in a few moments they will be done. So cool. So that's step one. Next step is we need to grab actually 2 more redstone, and we're going to need some other things. So we're going to need a logic press. So let's go ahead and make what we need for the first thing, which is a printed logic circuit. And we can take this out, put one of each of these guys in there. And then we're also going to need the calculation circuit press thing. And then we should be able to make one of these. Cool. And then we'll need that with one of these pure Certus quartz crystals once we get them. They are at halfway, so it won't take too much longer. But basically, what is going on there is, by the way, we can get a lot of good stuff from this. Because I don't believe aluminum is that hard to get. Let's see. Aluminum comes from, obviously, aluminum. Stone is one way. Aluminum phosphate, obviously. Skystone, which I clicked recipes. Ugh. So, anyways, while it's struggling to think of what everything is, I do this way too often. It sucks when I do. Sorry, I misclick. But real quick, just kind of rundown of what I'm doing with the Certus quartz. So by grinding it up into the dust and then combining it with sand, you make Certus quartz seeds. This will effectively double your Certus quartz, but you have to run it through the, you have to let it grow into a pool of water. Now we have these crystal growth accelerators, which we made a couple episodes ago, quite a few actually, and they speed up the time it takes quite considerably, and they do require some power. So once we're done with it, we're going to pick the water back up and take everything back up. Eventually we might have a full system for that kind of stuff, but right now we don't really have the power to maintain things, so it doesn't make sense. But as you can see, they have made pure Certus crystals, and it effectively doubles because you get 4. You get 2 seeds for every 1 Certus quartz you use. Is it worth it to use it all the time? Not in my opinion, but it's still pretty good. So we're going to take one of these guys, and we're going to put it in here, and this will make the component for the calculation processor, which we will then go ahead and make. And then the last thing we're going to need is a piece of quartz glass. So that's going to require, is there a better way to get quartz glass? Yes, we can use silicon dioxide and aluminum phosphate. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And silicon dioxide times 4. Alright, so something like this. Those are relatively cheap. Silicon dioxide. And is that not the recipe? Oh, it requires 4 of those. And that is, again, pretty expensive, but we can get silicon dioxide from what? You know, if we could get gallium and arsenic, that could be another way to do things, but... So anything that has glass in it... I thought there was another way. Can't we get it from, like... stone? Let's just throw a stack of stone in here. So that'll give us some various things, some iron. Okay, so that's not what we want to do. I went the complete wrong way for this. Silicon dioxide, I never should have really gotten rid of all of it. Nether quartz dust is something else we could use. Like, there are other ways to get this stuff. Man, that's expensive. But there's gotta be a good, easy way. There's 150 recipes for it. So, sand, sandstone, obsidian, anything that contains that stuff. There is so much stuff. Okay, so I guess what we'll do is let's make 2 stacks of this stuff. And call it a day. So there we go. And can I don't believe I can have it like automatically make stuff for me, but there is the one piece of Certus quartz glass. It's just called quartz glass that we need. And let's keep silicon dioxide from now on. So this will make us the 4K storage cell. Is there any other? No, there's no other ways to get this. So that is the way. Now the question is, if we put this in here, we can make... No, we can't. We have to upgrade it. I believe we actually do need the 64K. I wish it told me how many like things it could store, but that's fine. So something we can do with that is we can use that for later if we want, but that's whatever. Okay, so I guess let's go ahead, put this stuff away. We used up a lot of resources for that, and it's a little silly, but it'll make a difference later on. So let's get into what I want to work on, and that is more calculator stuff. So one of the big things that calculator is going to really punish us for here soon is reinforced iron. So if we take a look, for example, the stone separator, reinforced iron, it is a 1-to-1 for iron, or if we use iron ore, we get 4 reinforced iron, but we need to use a stone separator. So here's the option. We can make this guy, which requires 2 power cubes, which is pretty expensive. It's not like terrible, but it's expensive enough. Or we can just forget it and make some of these other machines, but we are going to need blocks of reinforced iron. That is expensive. Now here's the question. How can we get more iron ore? Well, if we had ME matter, we could get it pretty easily. But we don't. Other ways, none that I really know of. There are a couple other ways, I do believe, but it's not particularly useful. So you know what? We're going to skip on the stone separator for right now. That can be super useful for a couple other things. The algorithm separator, however, is really good. But that will require a flawless diamond and a ton of stuff. So yeah, but what this can be used for is we can, well, it's not going to show us from that, but we can make redstone ingots from a single piece of redstone rather than having a piece of iron and redstone to get a redstone ingot. So it's pretty good. We can see the other recipes. We can diamonds and lapis from diamonds. That is a good way to get lapis. Tanzanite leaves will give us stuff. Tanzanite wood will give us tanzanite. So there's some good things with that. Now just to kind of reiterate on the reinforced iron, the stone separator can also do some stuff. It can give us amethyst from lapis. It can give us wood, more wood for our, well, for any type of wood we want to use. That's not super important. Again, the reinforced iron and enriched gold from gold. But the problem is getting this stuff is not easy at the moment anyways. So I think let's just go with what we have concerning like the iron and stuff. But one thing I want to do and I want to bring up is I want to actually make this guy a little bit better. So let's get a couple ingots. Let's get actually a few ingots of aluminum and copper. Does it have to be first slot? Yes. Alright, so there's 4 ingots of aluminum. I don't know if that's enough or not. And we'll get 2 ingots of copper. And then we can use this stuff to make molten aluminum. So it's a 3-to-1 ratio. So we can put one of these guys in here, one of those guys in there. But if we put this stuff together, and you know what, because aluminum is easy enough to get, let's grab an ingot of aluminum just in case we lose it. But what we can do is we can make some what's called aluminum brass. And what this is going to allow us to do is make casts. So something else we might want to do is go ahead and make a another pattern chest. I don't believe these were that bad. No, it's vanilla. Well, okay, vanilla in terms of modded. So let's just deal a blank pattern. And you can actually use pattern chests for things that aren't just the wooden patterns. You can actually use them for casts as well. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to put this guy down. We have 4 ingots of aluminum brass. We're going to cast an ingot out. And then what we can do is we can actually remove this seared faucet. We can remove this. And we're going to put an item conduit and a fluid conduit and a chest. Where do I want to put the faucet? I guess we'll put the faucet in here. And what this will let us do is, if you look right now, we have 34 millibuckets of seared stone. That's not really enough to do anything with. But I have a bunch of compressed cobblestone. We're going to have a lot of cobblestone now that we made the igneous extruder last episode. So this guy is already mostly full. So we can take this guy back up. And what we can do is just throw the double compressed cobblestone in there. And we're going to want a fluid conduit here. We're going to want this to be active with signal. Extract. This will be insert. Let's put this here. Extract, always active. It will not pull out the ingot cast. And we can put a chest here. Insert. And light gray, white. Perfect. Other than it's trying to extract the aluminum brass. That's not good. So I guess let's pick this guy up for a second. Put this here. Okay, it's gonna make a blank pattern blank cast. That's okay for right now. Alright, fill up. Are these 144? So that's an ingot, but okay, we lost an ingot, that's fine. Anyways, what we can do now is we have options. So we put that down, that's full of seared stone. We have a bunch of seared stone. In fact, we have 50 blocks worth. If we want to, we can put a thing here, put our ingot cast here, and I have a lever. We can start making. Is this gonna work? Can we not use the seared stone for that? Let me see real quick. Seared stone. No, we cannot. So if we want to make seared bricks, we have to use grout. No, it says right here we can cast it out. So why isn't that working? Well, let's try it with the faucet. Yeah, so that works just fine. So why doesn't this want to? Extract active with signal. Insert. Okay. So it's not wanting to fill this guy up. But that one is fine. Okay, well, whatever. Anyways, if we want to, we can do something like this so that we can get whatever we want. But having the cast is good anyways. So, you know what, let's change this just slightly. Yeah, never mind. We won't worry about it right now. So we'll just put this guy back. Put the seared faucet there. And we can smelt down this blank cast later. Can we store it in here? No. In fact, I'll go ahead and do that. And this way we can get stuff we want. So we can make more casts with the blank cast, but for right now it's whatever. Okay, so that was a waste of time. Oh well. So this stuff is done. We can use this to make a couple more power cubes, which are unfortunately really annoying to make. And I don't know why I did 18. I'll be honest, I'm a little tired. So we have 2 power cubes. The next quest that it wants us to finish is wants us to make either a restoration or a reassembly chamber. So the restoration chamber, restoration is for dirty circuits. Dirty circuits, if we look at that, are from dirt. Extraction chamber, dirt gives you dirty. Cobblestone gives you damage. Well, we want to do cobblestone because that makes more sense. So we want the reassembly chamber? Yes. And that's why they're both here. But we want the reassembly chamber. So the recipe for this requires weakened diamonds and enriched gold, plus another one of the extraction chambers. So let's all go ahead and put an extraction chamber down. Put it here, and that'll get power. And we can go ahead and throw a stack of cobblestone in there. This thing works incredibly slow. yeah, it's very slow. So if we want the reassembly chamber, we need weakened diamonds, which reinforced iron. So we need some iron. Go ahead and put this stuff in here for right now. We're going to need some reinforced stone. We're going to need our calculator. So reinforced iron, and then a single diamond. And I believe we need the other calculator. And there's the weakened diamonds. And then for the enriched gold, we need gold and redstone. Do we have any gold at the moment? We do. So let's get 2 pieces of gold. Put 1 in here. And it's a normal calculator. There's the enriched gold. Alright, so with that part, we just need to make the extraction chamber, which is more weakened diamonds. And some other stuff. Wrong thing. And there's the weakened diamonds. And we have everything else we need. So we need to make... actually, we need to make just one of these for right now. And then the weakened diamonds and the enriched gold. And that makes the reassembly chamber. So that should be a quest. Now the question is, which one of these circuits do we want? Double layer requires the red. Does it require any of them? Okay, it's any of them. But the question is there any of them that are good for something else? So that one's not. How about this one? This one is for a glowstone extractor. That's not something that's terrible, actually. Glowstone extractors could be good, so we might take that red circuit. This guy gives us access to the carbon dioxide generator, which is used for a greenhouse that you can grow plants in. I don't know that we'll use that too much. And we'll get these circuits eventually anyways. So let's go for this one. Alright, so we have the reassembly chamber. Let's go ahead and place this down. And what we want to do... Actually, let's put this... Let's see... I guess we'll put it like here. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to grab conduits and put this on insert, this on extract, always active. Nothing will come out. We're probably also going to want to cache at some point for this, but for right now we're not going to worry about that because we don't have that much tin. I don't believe. Yeah, we don't have that much tin. We saw last episode, that I believe black anti-material is the best way to get tin. Let's see if there's any other ways that we can quickly get some tin. We just need 4 pieces to get the a cache. So let's just... Nope, let's spell correctly. So cache tin... I believe... So that was the black anti-material. What was that? Aluminum lamp. And then anything that contains tin, it looks like. So yeah, let's grab like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stacks of these. And I'm going to type in that command again just to make sure. I'm paranoid about it not working. MT reload. Okay. Right, we did that. So we're going to get more iron from this. And let's actually keep some of this iron oxide as well, because it is useful for making redstone, I believe. No, it's a different iron oxide. Never mind. So we'll get more of this stuff later. Right now, let's throw this stuff in here. And I will clean this stuff up after a bit. Just because it might actually take a little bit of time. Okay, so let's just get all this stuff taken care of. We have a good bit of iron now. And we're getting some black anti-material, so we'll look at that here in a second. So basically what we want to do is we want to pull everything out of here and try to put it in here. Now we can put damaged circuits in here and they will start working. It repairs them. The thing is it requires a little bit of time again, but we need to do something else because let's just put the cache there. We need to do something else because once it's done, they're going to be not analyzed, which is fine. You can live with that, but it's better if you analyze them because you can get some really good stuff for analyzing circuits. You'll see what I mean in a second, but in order to do that, we're going to need yet another machine. So that is the next quest. Well, once we make both of these guys, so we need an analyzing chamber. So let's go ahead and make the restoration chamber as well. That's going to require redstone ingots. So that is just redstone and iron. We're going to need 4 of each. So this is somewhat expensive, but we can get more iron and redstone pretty easily. Wait, it's not like that. Is it actually the scientific calculator? It is. Okay. So we're going to need another. So we made the reassembly. We're doing the restoration chamber. So we need this stuff. So we just need the power cube. And we can diamond. So diamond. Scientific calculator. Let's go ahead and grab one of these. Diamond by reinforced. So that will make the extraction chamber. And then for this we need just another set of that stuff. So one of these. And in order to do this we just need another diamond. I do have some carbon nanotubes. 1, 2, 3. Alright, cool. So let's get some tin. We'll take 2 stacks of iron out. Come on. There we go. Alright, so that should be enough iron for now. Scientific calculator, we can diamonds. And there's the restoration chamber. So again, with this quest, I don't know that there's any, let's see, if there's any ones that are more useful. That one is not. That one is not. Nope. And how about the last one? No, so it doesn't matter. Just go with whatever. Doesn't make too much difference. But as you can see now, this circuit is taken care of. So restoration chamber, we can go ahead and put you up here as well. This is for dirty circuits, so we can put dirty circuits in here. If we wanted to do another extraction chamber, we could do it for dirt, but doesn't really matter. Cobblestone is renewable, not dirt. So how do we get the stuff out of this guy up into here? Well, you see how there's a green border? That is exactly how. In order to change that green border to a red border, let's break this for a second. You just hit it with the wrench, and that's all you have to do. So now you can extract items out of it, and there's no problems. So we'll just do that. And this is why I want the cache. So this will be an insert. This will be extract always active, and it will put the damaged circuit in there, but it won't do anything because there's already a circuit in there. But it can't do anything with the small stones. It will continue to process until it finds another circuit, but that will take a while. So in order to get the last thing we need, we're going to need a lot more iron. Because the next quest is going to be for the analyzing chamber. This requires advanced assembly, which is not too bad. We can grab another diamond pretty easily, but we're going to need 2 diamonds actually. So I'll need a little bit more carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're gonna need a lot more iron. So let's just do that. Carbon nanotubes. There's the 2 diamonds we need. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the hard part in the center. It's not like that. It is like so. Corners, diamond in the center. So there's the advanced assembly. Then we're going to need weakened diamonds and a bunch of reinforced iron. And this is why I was considering kind of not using like something else. So let's get like 10. So calculator. There's a bunch of reinforced stone. Let's get just 1 for right now. And then we need 36. So that is kind of the issue, is we need a lot of iron for this. We have a little bit of enriched gold. That's nice. So 36 is 4 blocks. But then that's all we need. So let's keep this stuff on us. And as you see, this is circuit, but so that one's stable. This one isn't really anything. And yeah, like I said, we need the 10. We just need 4 10, so we need like a stack of 10 in order to get the one stuff, the cache, and then it's 1, 2, 3. But unfortunately, this is like filling up with everything it possibly can. We do have copper sulfates, which is nice because that's something we can use to get more redstone. But I just need a bunch of iron. So that's going to take me just doing a little bit of work with the seared stone and whatnot. But we have a lot of stuff. I do want to see, can we smelt up an iron shovel, or does it need to be repaired? If it doesn't need to be repaired, that's good. But I doubt that it can just be smelted. Let's try it. Nope. Okay. Is there anything else we can do with this? We can calcinate it. So, no. So if we collect enough shovels, then we can do something with it. But until then, not really. So this episode has kind of gone on a little bit longer than I'd like. Wow, we have 6 ender pearls. That is really good. Anyways, this episode's gone on a little longer than I'd like. So let's go ahead and end it here. I'm going to make another chest for circuits. Or just use this one. And what we're going to do is pretty straightforward. So we don't need these right now. I am going to work between episodes getting a bunch of iron. We are then going to potentially look at getting the stone separator. That's not super high on my list of things to do because iron ore is kind of impossible to get. It's not impossible, but it's... Now, hey, there's the rest of the aluminum brass. But it's annoying enough. So I don't really want to have to worry about that. And so here's another... I don't know why I didn't see the aluminum brass before. So we lost a little bit of it, but we do have at least 2 pieces. It's a pretty simple fix, if I can remember where I put the aluminum brass. Where did I put the aluminum brass? Oh, wait, that's right. I smelted it up. I was going to... Right. Okay. I forgot already. Wow. I said I'm a little tired. But yeah, so I am going to work on getting a bunch more iron. And 36 plus, in fact. And something else that I want to make. So we're going to make the cache. We're going to also get some of the black anti-blocks, anti-material. And the other thing that I want to make is called a storage chamber. So that's going to require an atomic calculator for one, but 2 more reinforced iron blocks. So that's something that we'll want eventually. There is an item in calculator that is way overpowered called the atomic multiplier. This thing, basically for 1.5 billion RF, you can duplicate, or rather quadruple, pretty much any item in the game. So that's going to be super duper useful later. Maybe for when we start making ME matter. Because this stuff is expensive. And if we can make like some of this stuff and then duplicate it, that would probably be a little overpowered. So we'll see what we can do. There's still a lot more stuff to do with all of this, but we'll get there. So for now, I'm going to worry about getting a bunch of iron. I'm also going to just kind of harvest crops and whatnot. We have our first harvest of netherwort, which is kind of cool. We'll put that down here. And I'll just kind of process things. I'll probably go ahead and make more charcoal that isn't melon or pumpkin. Although one more pumpkin and we can get the quest for that. But I am just going to work on getting plenty more tin, iron, redstone, all that kind of stuff. And we'll go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!